What are some benefits for first-time home buyers? Hi, Kathryn with the Thomas Group and Real Broker, your local Las Vegas and Henderson realtors. And today I'm here with Brenton with 5 Star Mortgage, and we're going to help first-time home buyers understand the process of purchasing a home.
Yeah, so we wanted to go over the difference between first-time home buyers when it comes to FHA loans and conventional loans. So as a first-time buyer, as a conventional loan, a lot of people think it's 5, 10, 20% down.
20%. It's a myth. You don't have to have 20% down.
Definitely not. So what we want to do is want to tell you guys that as a first-time buyer, as long as you haven't purchased a home in the last 5 years, you qualify. And it's a 3% down payment for a conventional loan, which is a 0.5% cheaper than FHA, which a lot of people don't know about.
Okay, so now let's talk about first-time homebuyer down payment assistance programs and grants, and if they're actually worth it.
Yeah, so personally, I don't really think that they're worth it, and the reason being is a lot of grants cover 2%, right, at the most.
Okay.
So typically, buyers have to come in with 3% anyways.
Absolutely,
So
at least 3%.
Yeah, so in today's market, seller concessions and seller contributions, you can probably get 2%, right?
Yes, we are still seeing seller contributions toward closing costs, so you wouldn't have to come up with your closing cost amount, and you could save that money towards your down payment then. And then what are some other downsides possibly of doing either a grant or a down payment assistance program?
Yeah, so some down payment assistance programs, they have elevated rates, and then they can put like a second silent lien on your house to where if you refinance or do anything in the first 3 to 5 years, then it has to be repaid or paid off through the refinance.
Okay, so if you wanted to refinance, you would have to pay off that loan before even being able to. And a lot of times you don't hear about that.
Yeah, and it's not like your house appreciates at 20% in 6 months, right? So in today's market, as you know, obviously, realistically, you're going to have to come in with 3%. So borrow 2% as a grant to where there is some stipulations to that, or get the seller to contribute. It's the same amount of cash for you as a buyer.
Now, let's talk about the loan limits that have gone up a little bit this year. What have you seen that we're seeing for 2023 limits? Yeah,
so another good benefit of someone who's buying for the first time is if you were, let's just say you didn't qualify for conventional last year. You could qualify for about a $350,000 house because those were the FHA limits.
Okay.
Now in 2023, they went up by $125,000, a little bit more than that.
Wow.
So instead of $350,000, if you were qualified up to $450,000, but you didn't qualify for a conventional loan, that's a huge incentive for you now.
That's really great. Now, we are talking about the top amounts that you qualify for. That's not always a good idea to purchase at your top amount, though. You want to really talk to your lender about what you can afford monthly, and what are some of the things that are typically rolled into your monthly payment that we should be aware of?
Yeah, so a lot of people don't know that homeowners insurance, property taxes, mortgage insurance, everything like that's involved in your mortgage, as well as your HOA.
Okay.
So what I like to do and ask clients is say, hey, what are you comfortable paying a month? Because a lot of times they're qualified for a little bit more than they want to spend. So what are you comfortable paying for monthly? And then we'll work backwards, and I'll tell you what that equates to as far as a home purchase.
So that's really smart for first-time home buyers to know that just because you qualify for an amount doesn't mean that that's what we should look for in a home for you.
Exactly.
So just because there are some downsides to first-time home buyer down payment assistance programs and grants doesn't mean that it's not for everyone, though. If that's what it's going to take to get you into a home, then we want to work with you and help in any way we can.
Definitely, and it's just by a case-by-case basis. So what I'll do is I'll give you a free consultation. It'll take me maybe 10 or 15 minutes, that's all. Look at everything. You can tell me what your credit score is. I don't need to run it, but then I can just kind of give you what I would do in that situation and maybe 3 or 4 options as to what best suits you and your family.
That's awesome. And I love that you don't have to run their credit right away, because a lot of people don't realize that when you do get pre-qualified that your credit has to be run and it's a hard pull on your credit. So the fact that you can do it without a hard pull is great.
Yeah, we can do a soft pull on credit, which doesn't affect it at all. I can go over the options with you and we can get you into a house.
So if you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach out to myself, Kathryn. I'm extension 6 at our number below, and I can put you in touch with Brenton. Or you can also reach us at thethomasgrouplv.com, and we love to offer free consultations. I'm your first-time home buying expert, and I will talk to you soon.